So do you think nobody, like, is anyone still enjoying television in a group, like with a family, or everyone's now solo and watching and doing this and doing this, and there's no experience of enjoying it as a social activity?
My mother, here's a really great example of this. My mother has a Mac laptop that I got her for Christmas, and I came home one afternoon, and my mother's 50, so, sorry, Mom, but I came home one day, and she was on the couch watching Glee on her laptop on Facebook. I was horrified. Like, I was absolutely mortified. And I said to my dad, how long has this been going on? And he said as soon as she realized that the internet is now wireless, like, she tried to drag an Ethernet cable out to plug it in, but once she realized that, on a Mac you could get on, and she's surfing Facebook, and all of a sudden she's online and she's talking to me on MSN, and she's caught on to the Skype craze, like, I don't get phone calls anymore, I get Skype calls from my mom, So it's not just our demographic. No. It's not fragmentation in the 18 to 25 demo anymore. It is like, it's starting to pick up because technology, as Corey was saying earlier today, technology is becoming so accessible. Anybody can use it. It's very easy to teach. Here, press this button, get CNN.com. You don't need to turn on a TV. You don't need to be at a TV. I can be walking down the street and I know exactly what's going on in Haiti in an instant. It's the information superhighway, right? So,
but maybe I'm wrong about people devoting all their attention to, but ultimately I'm saying they're still watching. She's still watching.
They definitely are. They definitely are still watching.
There's an appetite for long form that doesn't exist online. And until your computer and your TV, which ultimately will become the same thing, become the same thing, I think that you've got people still want long form content.
Maybe it's that the character of the socializing has changed. I mean, that you could take something like, the ultimate example of The Wire, like a really long form, very intense narrative that people engage with in a very intense form, but they still have a social relationship around it, right? That maybe I'm not sitting down and watching it as it's broadcast over the air with my pals, but asynchronously I'm like, hurry up and watch season 5. God damn it, I want to talk to you about it. You know what I mean? Like, that the social stuff happens sort of on the periphery of what you're doing.
You want validation as well. Like, I mean, how many people have ever, 10, 15 years ago, watched a television show and got on the phone and said, hey, did you watch American Idol last night? Yeah, did you see that guy? How brutal was he? We've all done it, been on the phone with somebody who's watched a common show. But now I want to do it right away. I want to get on Facebook. I want to see if it's trending on Twitter. You know what I mean? I want to see if people are having the same reaction to me, because that unites us as a community, and we feel accepted, and we feel like our opinions are worthy. And you're always looking for that validation in everything you do in life. So why not when you're sitting at home watching Glee, right? So it's interesting. Long form will never die. It's a form of escapism that our society needs to sit down and watch a long form television show. But at the same time, some people are just at work on their lunch break and they just want to watch Corey sing about Star Wars. So, like, it's an interesting dynamic.
Yeah. Here's an example I want to use, and I'm going to get really obscure here, and I'm going to go way back. In the 1800s, when Thomas Edison invented the phone recorder, live bands the world over were very upset, because before that, the only way to hear music ever was if a band played it live. Musicians accused Thomas Edison of being a pirate because he invented a machine that could record audio and play it back on demand. And it was very threatening to them. They thought, we're going to lose our jobs. Musicians aren't going to exist anymore. We play a song once and then they're just going to play that song over and over and over. We're no longer needed. Mm-hmm. Now flash forward 100 years and cassettes and CDs are very common, but then iTunes comes out. And everyone loves it now, but 10 years ago, Apple had a hell of a time convincing all the record labels to put all of their content on there. Mm-hmm. And it used to be, you buy the cassette, you listen to the CD all the way through. And everybody was very offended. Oh, they're only going to be able to buy one song off the 12? Well, an artist would have one good song, And everybody would have to go buy the whole CD because they wanted to hear the one song, and you would end up listening to the rest of the album. I think this applies again because you have Glee in all of its glory, or any television show, and if you can offer one episode, and iTunes is doing this, you can download an episode of The Office for $3 onto your phone, and you can check it out. Just one, and it's really offensive to the people who create it because they're like, that's not how you're supposed to watch it. It's like picking up a book and only reading one chapter. That offends people. But you have to get on board, because if the musicians didn't get on board with Thomas Edison, he's taken off whether they like it or not. Right. And with iTunes, it's taken off whether you like it or not. You have to get on board.
So we just have a couple minutes left. I guess I'll just throw it open to each of you to just, coming from your own perspective, if you had like one takeaway to offer the audience about the media landscape and how they should be thinking about what they do, what would you say?
Want to start down there?
Sure.
There is one thing I like to comment on. We were talking about this earlier, about using us as a distribution platform because we have the viewers. It's not the only way to do it. I know YouTube provides, you can promote your video. You can pay for them to promote your video, which is what, and if you're a partner, they will promote your video because it gives them money, so money, it's a good thing to do. So we're not the only thing. It's just you could pay to promote, or it's cheaper for us. But like I said, it's still being tested. It's very new. But yeah, there are other ways to get your videos promoted on, like I said, YouTube, for example. So.
If I can have my 30 seconds to say whatever I want, because I have all of your attention, and I've always wanted this. I've always wanted to be able to tell you what I think about you all. I've been making YouTube videos for 4 years. For 3 of those 4 years, I've seen nothing but companies be offended that fans are posting their content online. If you look at Viacom and Stephen Colbert and The Daily Show, Viacom took YouTube to court for $1 billion because they found every video that belonged to Comedy Central and said, you owe us for this video, for this video, for this video. This is against the law. It's copyright infringement. You're sharing our videos without our permission. And they were pissed. Wake up. Because with a show like Glee, a fan is taking a clip of a song and uploading it to YouTube, and 30 million people are watching it. I'm sorry that you're not making money off of that, but you gotta realize you're getting fans out of that who are gonna watch the next episode. Because they're gonna go, wow, that was really good. I really like Glee now. You're getting free advertising from fans. It's 100% organic. You don't even have to do any work. You don't have to create the account and upload the videos. People are doing it for you. So don't pull down the videos. And YouTube has tools, because for 3 out of these 4 years, if somebody uploads Justin Timberlake's new song, the record label comes and takes it down. That's illegal. It's copyright infringement. Or you could leave it there, and it could get 70 million views, and that song could go to #1 on the charts, and then you sell a bunch of CDs. And that's starting to happen, finally. And all 4 television channels in the States and all 4 major record labels in the States this year, October 2009, signed a deal with YouTube to allow YouTube to use their content. All of them. And Canada needs to do the same thing. Because if you're going to be upset that something from CBC was put on YouTube without your permission, you need to not be.
Yeah. Jessie?